Ah, yes. Very cool game. I'm not gonna go to the lower pipe next time for the skip. That was all my fault. Effectively, what you do is you go to the left in that room right before first. You load into the room with the Guardians. You go back to the right and go into one of the either of the pipes to the right side. You go in, you go back out into the room next to the Guardians, and then 6 seconds pass. You go back in either of the other pipes that are on the right, and then while the room is loading in again, and that will despawn the Guardians. And effectively, I always do it too late. Also because I keep forgetting how annoying it is to go down a pipe, because it forces you to kind of like stand on it and your head's not over it. But it's different per computer. It's also different for Switch. And PlayStation. No one's really done it on PlayStation though. Yeah. I mean, well, what I mean is the PC handles the game a bit differently than the PlayStation. What you use as a controller doesn't matter too much. You will find that I'm not really going to say exactly what happens, but at the end of the game, we've already tested that controllers will be faster than keyboard. By about 27 seconds is what we've timed. Don't ask why. It just happens. I don't know what that means. What? I'll try to make that into something one day. Okay, 202. It's not what I want, but it'll work out. I mean, either works. I'm not gonna... It doesn't matter which one you use. As far as I'm aware. I've just played a lot of Xbox, and is why I use the Xbox controller. What I meant is controllers in general versus keyboard. Because it's how keyboard is digital inputs, and both any controller is analog inputs, and that fact alone just makes it faster at the end of the game. You could use a Nintendo 64 controller if you really want. Don't, though. Don't do it. No. Stop it. What are you doing? Okay, weirdo. Why was he there, Green Man? Green Man? Push him off. Come on. Come on, Green. Faster. There's effectively 3 ways to go through this room. You can either go to the top, where the circles are. Demon. That guy can kill you very easily there. Too late, I'm going to. No. Stop. I mean, he also likes to stand in the direct path of where I'm going. If he goes through the pipe right before I get to it, he can also instantly bite you. It's the same with all lizards, really. But in the run, he's the one that's most likely to do that. He can also just be in the drop down where you need to go and can just kill you and you have nothing you can do about it. Also, something you know, this room specifically, you're in the open area water underneath, and then you have to come up into pipes like this that I'm in currently. That while underwater, the game freaks out a bit sometimes and can push you around. It's hard to explain without really noticing it yourself, but it can potentially kill you. And it has killed people. Because it will push you away from the pipe that you're trying to go into. Because it thinks you're clipping into the wall. And then you just kind of fling away from it. And then you're wasting more time. Dang. The other way around? I'm not sure what you mean. Where though? In the drop room? There's only one way you can go. I guess I'm not sure what you mean. Of course. Do not jump that last time. Spode? Please don't be in the way, Spode. Oh, he's touching me. This guy's right in the way. If there's a guy in the way in that long pipe, you can go this way. I guess I don't know what you mean. You mean the garbage waste region? Okay, that was scary. We don't go anywhere near that. Because that's way off to the right in drainage, at least. And the other close entrance is in industrial. There's no run that goes to garbage except for 100% because it's kind of just in its own location. It's kind of in the middle of everything, but it's not useful in any way to go through it. Because it's not connected to subterranean or really anything else. Yeah, it is kind of just there. It's right there in the middle of everything. Connects to a lot of really big places you go through. Well, connects to 3 places, and you go through all of them quite a lot, depending on what you're doing. But there's no reason to actually be there, and going between and going to any of those regions is not fast. I don't know what's happening right now. Why don't you just climb? Okay. You confused me, Slugcat. Okay, let's not mess this up this time. Load in now. That might be too early. Oh, we got it. Also, from this point on, you're in a slow zone, so everything is a little slower and timed differently. In the money! Okay. Also, you can die on this fall. Be aware of that. The last point you can die in the game is that fall. You can no longer die from this point on. You used to in patch 1.1, but they patched it out because it was dumb. So you don't want to hit the ceiling here because it slows you down. Even more than the slow zone does. But yes, from this point on is the end of the game. So I don't know if you really want to see. Also because I'm going to be going through it faster than a normal player would. I feel like you can get a roll there, but I never get it. So here, a lot of picking up stuff and throwing it is very useful. Because you can keep up the speed much easier as you can time your jumps to keep up that speed. You can also very likely be able to pick up the stuff that's bouncing off walls coming back at you. So you can use the same rock multiple times in a row. But it's a lot of pure movement that you can lose time very easily on if you're not exactly sure what you're doing. Can you kill yourself by the weapon? No, you cannot. I've considered the possibility, but if it hits any wall and deflects, it will always go into a spinning state, which can't hurt anything. No one has successfully done that, at least. And there would have been one. If it was possible. That could have gotten better. I didn't do a very good ending area right there. You can do a lot of rolls through there. I keep hearing that you can't actually die to jellyfish. You can die to drowning though. But I don't know if jellyfish really kill you. And the money? Okay, this is the actual ending. Although I swear I've been killed by jellyfish. Randomly. The first time I ever met a jellyfish, I believe it killed me. It terrified me. Because you can eat jellyfish. And I never attempted. It could be water. Ooh. Yes, you can. Wowie. Oh, you would? So here are our void friends. They like to push us around. They also like to basically make no sense. Because why should they exist in a game called Rain World? They also make no sense because they can ruin or make your run very easily. This guy went really far down. More than usual. Where'd he go? I'm far beyond the void worm lair. So if you notice, I'm doing a kind of snaking motion and pressing jump periodically. You don't have air in this area. The snaking motion adds a lot of speed to you. Which keyboard mouse can't exactly do. Oh yeah, you would go over there. Which part of the lore? All of it? Also, we're probably not gonna get sub 21, which I'm disappointed in a little bit. Also, I'm not sure which part you're talking about. I mean, the purpose is that you have no idea what's in the void. And then there's just this. And then you're going through this whole part where everything's slowed down and it drugs you down. And then you get in the open area and it's like, oh! And people freak out and go back up and don't want to go back down. Or just keep going down. Like you should go. And he leaned left. I'm still unsure if leaning left or right is faster. From the tests that I've been watching, it almost seems like him leaning left makes him despawn faster. The end spawns when the void worm despawns, which is why I'm gonna swim straight down till the music starts and then go towards the end. I don't know if that actually makes the end spawn faster to go straight down, but I'm still gonna be doing that. Also because the void worm moves so fast that's probably insignificant. It probably is. A lot of stuff with void worm movement is just, it goes between different locations. Except it goes between those locations in very strange ways. It's still a complete RNG if they lean left or right, though, which is why I'm still like, is it faster if it goes one way or the other? Because if it leans left, it will always tug you, but if it leans right, it seems to linger for longer. We actually got sub 120. I can't believe it. The swim was so good. Also, it didn't say in the money, and I'm disappointed. Also, don't know if Soul just magically disappeared. The void worms were too much. They ran away. Oh no. Hello. Hello, demonic. Did you just catch the end of this? Apparently I had a good swim. It didn't... Why does it do this? It never shows the last frame. Come on. I'm gonna complain about this every time. I think it's because I alt-tabbed to look at something quickly. But there's one more frame, and it didn't show it. It always does it for me. It's probably because I always alt-tab. But also, hello, demonic. How have you been? Your runs have been good. You've done some small things that made me consider some rerouting. Small rerouting. So you're doing good. Let's just say that. I mean, come on, neither of them are that different. But yes, I understand. You eat less food as Monk, so at the end of the day, Monk is just that bit faster. And yet I had this. Look at that. Look at that. It's so bad. All the positives. And then I had a massive mess up in my other run where I didn't have a spear. So I lost all this time. Let's see the sum of best. Not bad. What small things? So,